Okay, today we're going to go down and see the big show, which is everybody coming into the Thousand Trails Orlando RV Park. There's 137 coming in. Here's an overall picture, kind of shows the area we're talking about that we're going to be riding down the road on the bikes. So here we're coming up to the entrance area, and we're just a little bit after 12, so the first couple of people come in, the guy on the left there is going to direct people down to a bullpen area where they situate you and then find out if you've been there before. Some other folks are actually watching this as well. We weren't the only ones. Here's the guard shack. This is the actual starting point where everybody checks in, and then they take you down to the bullpen, and then they lead you around, if you've not been in here before, lead you around to the available sites. This is a big park. There's probably 1,500, I think it is, sites here. There are a lot of folks that stay here year-round, or they have annual sites, and some of them are quarters. They're here for 4 months. They'll come in sometimes in the end of December and stay to the end of April. You can see a lot of different types of rigs. You got your Class Bs, your Class As, and fifth wheels like these. This is your fifth wheels, typically. Oh, and the date stamp at the top is wrong. It says this was last year, but this is actually this year, 23. Just not to freak everybody out. Here's some of the big Class A's. This is an older one. And they're pulling the dolly, so they have a car. They pull a car with them. You see that a lot, especially the Class A's. Some of the Class B's, the smaller motorhomes, will pull cars, just pull smaller cars. Some of these guys are probably people that are in the park and they just forgot about the 12 o'clock thing, got back in the line too late. So here's a big big Class A right there. That's some of the bigger ones, and some of the bigger fifth wheels. Some of these things are pretty good size. It's just amazing how big these dudes are. Some more of the big fifth wheels. As we drive by, some folks, as we look in the trucks, we see sometimes it's one person, sometimes it's two people, or sometimes it's a truck full of people and kids, and sometimes people, kids, and dogs, believe it or not. Now this is a new camera stabilization zone. Karen's got it mounted to her handlebar, and so it's a little bit rough over here, so it's a little bit bouncy, but not bad. Some more folks on bikes going by. We weren't the only ones. This is quite the event. People come down. There's kids out on bikes and all kind of stuff. Now we're coming down towards kind of the end, or where the highway's at. Sorry, I've been drinking some juice. So here you got people turning into the park from the right, and you can only turn out of here going right. So there's no, and then people coming in from the other direction are turning left. So it's kind of a scramble dog up in here with the right turns and the left turns there across. So you can see them across the way there. So there's no real schematic for doing it. It's just if there's no traffic and there's a spot, people kind of try to wedge their way in there. So far we haven't heard of any incidents, but you know, I think everybody tries to be accommodating as they can. Now this is the turn lane coming in, and you can sit out here, more or less. We have heard where people have gotten warnings from the local police, and when you go a little further down here, the turn lane actually drops off, and then you're back in the main flow of traffic. So just be aware that if you're sitting out here, the police can come by and they may ticket you. It has happened in the past. Don't know how prevalent it is. There's also a couple of apartment complexes down here. So here's one of the entrances. So if you're coming up here, don't block the entrance. Make it so that people can get in and get out. They'll appreciate that because, you know, they can call the police as well for that, because you're in the main flow of traffic right there, so you're impeding traffic typically. Here you can see one of the larger fifth wheels being pulled by a tractor trailer, and sometimes you'll see a smart car behind it. They actually will tote those things up behind the cab on those. We see not a ton of them, but I've seen several of them. It's pretty interesting. They're big tractors, you know, like tractor-trailer tractors, some of them, and some more of the motorhomes and stuff. Here we're getting down towards kind of the end of the trail right now. It's about 12:30, so we're about 30 minutes into it. It moves pretty quick, and then here's some more coming up, you know, to get in line. It's a constant for literally probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's a constant. I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Happy New Year.